So now we're going to look at editing individual site pages. Now that is editing each of these pages one after the other. Now the first thing you should note is that when you want to edit pages in the template, you use the edit page button, not the customize button. The customize button is used for you to edit the general settings of a template, but the edit page is meant for you to edit each individual page of the website. So now we are on the home page right now, so let's click on the edit page to edit the home page. Okay, so my plan for this website is that I'm going to make this picture area a slider. We'll come to that later, but let's first change all the text we have on the site and pictures as well. So now I already have the text I want to use, so I'm just going to copy it right here. Copy, paste. It's such a good idea to have all your text and pictures ready before you start designing a website, so as to ensure that your work goes smoothly. So now I want to change this button. I want to change the text to learn more. Okay, so I've changed this text to learn more. I want it to be behind the text learn more, and then when it's clicked, I want it to go to about us. So what do? I click on the button, and then there's this icon here that says link. So I'm going to click on it and search for the about us page. So you'll find it here. So once you click on it, so when you search, you have to click on it before it becomes active. So now this button now has a link. So when it's clicked on, it will go to about us page. Now let's test to see if this is working. You need to click on the update button to save your changes. Now you remember that when we were making changes to the theme initially, when we use customize, anytime you want to save changes, you click on publish. But here, anytime you want to make changes, you click on update, because these pages have already been published, so you just need to update. Or if it's a page that you just newly created and you make changes, you will see the publish button right here. So now let's click on update and check whether this change we just made is actually affected on the website. Okay, let's open Layla Dry Cleaners in a new tab. Okay, so we can see clearly that the text is showing here. We have our learn more button, and when we click on it, does it take us to about us? Yes, it does. Okay, great. So those changes we've made on the home page are now working. So let's move on. So I'm going to change the headers of all of these texts. I'm not going to change the texts beneath the headers. I don't really want to waste more time. I just want to show you how to do all of this, so that when you are doing yours, you can easily make your changes yourself. So I'm going to copy, paste, copy and paste. Okay, copy, paste, copy and paste, copy and paste again. So now you notice that each of these sections I clicked on actually has some things floating around it. Now these are all things that were generated by the Gutenberg page builder. So Gutenberg page builder enables you to just drop content. The Gutenberg page builder enables you to drop content and edit them directly. So it first of all allows you to create to tap on any content, and you see a plus button. So that from that plus button, you can now select what type of content you want to place in the Gutenberg area. So now I have done all the changes I want to make here, but I want to create another box very similar to this, where I'm going to place some content. So this will show you how the Gutenberg page builder works. Now when you click on any element, look at the bottom here, you will find the hierarchy of that element. So we can see that this element is a group that is inside a column, that is inside some columns, that is inside a group, and that is inside a document. The document is this entire page. So now if I click on the group, you can see that this is the group to which that element belongs to. So this navigation here helps you, this is like a breadcrumb, it helps you to select individual elements accurately. So if I click on this now, I can click on this, so I know it's a group. This is what I'm selecting now. If I click the column, I'm selecting this entire column. So that's how Gutenberg actually works. It works based on blocks of elements. So now I want to click on the group, the entire group, and I want to make another group right beneath it. So once I click on it, the blue line outline shows. So right here, this is where I can see quite a lot of options. So I'm going to click on it and say insert after. Okay, so when I clicked on insert after, what happened? It created a new block for me. So I can just click on the plus button to add any kind of element I want. So the kind of element I want to use now is called a group. So this is the group. So now this is also a group. Now I want to copy some settings from this group. So when I click on this group, I'm selecting the group now. You can see that I'm on the group. Let's get the color that was used in this particular group. So this is, just go to background color, custom color. So this is the color code, the hexadecimal color code for this. I want to use the same color code, so I'm going to copy. Then now I'm going to click on this new group I just created. Now when I do that, I'm going to click on color settings as well, custom color, and I'm going to change the color to this. Okay, so you will notice that already the new group I created now has the same color as the previous group. Okay, beautiful. So now a group allows you to drop things inside. You can see there's already another plus button here. So I'm going to add a column, or a set of columns rather. So columns are just individual boxes where you can drop content. So I'm going to click on columns. Now what kind of column do I want? I want a 50 by 50, that's two equal columns split together. And then here I'm going to still split these columns again 50 by 50. The idea is I want 4 columns, so that's why I had to do that. Columns, I choose 50 by 50. Okay, so this is exactly what we want to do. So now just before this right here, I want to create some kind of another extra block. I want to create an extra block contents because I want to drop a header here. So now I'm going to click on this. Sorry, I click on this. This is a column inside columns, inside a column, inside columns, just like that. So now inside of this place, I want to say insert before. Okay, no, that's wrong. So now right here, now one thing you can do is you can actually, now this is my group, and then I have an add block here, but I'm just going to click on the column. I'm going to click on the column that groups these two columns together, and I'm going to click the plus button. So I'm going to click the add block. So now I want a heading. So here the heading is created. I'm going to say how. So I want to change this to how it works. Okay, so now that is done, I can align it to the center. Okay, now a beautiful thing that this block system in Gutenberg allows is that I can actually reorder blocks of elements. So now I can take this block, this header block, I can just take it to the top. How do I do that? I click on it and I click this just like this. Beautiful. So you can see that it just allows me to place that there. So the next thing I want to do is I want to add a little text beneath this header. So what do? I can click and say insert after. So that allows me to have another block here. So I can click, and at this time I want a paragraph. So a paragraph is already created for me here. I'll just copy the text I want to use. So this is the paragraph. I'm going to paste it. Okay, so I'm also going to align this to the center. Beautiful. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I want to place 4 key services or 4 areas. I want to place 4 steps that Lilia Dry Cleaners uses to ensure that customers' laundry is completed successfully. So I already have the steps here. We have washing. So here I'm going to select a certain kind of element called an image. Now I click on image, I click upload. Now I want to upload this image there. Okay, great. So the image has been uploaded. So I can click on this image and resize it using this, and then I can write a caption for that image like washing. So this image, I want to this entire block, I want to align all the content to the center. Now this text, which is the title of the image, I can make it bold. Okay, but on second thoughts, I think I'm not going to use the caption of the image. I'm just going to create another block. So I'm going to undo my changes. Let's upload again. Okay, so now I can reduce the size of this image considerably. So here I can see that I already have a block here. So I'm going to click on this, and I want a heading. Now the type of heading I want is a H5, which is a smaller kind of heading. So I'm going to call this washing. Okay, so now I'm going to move this heading up, and then I'm going to center it. I'm also going to center this content here. Okay, beautiful. So that does it. Isn't this looking great? So I'm going to do the same thing for each of these 4 areas, but first of all I need to note the width and the height of the picture, 102 by 102. Okay, great. So next I'm going to I can do 2 things now. I can either use the heading first, so I use H5. So this particular one will be drying. I'm going to center it, and here I'm going to select image, upload. So drying, I'm going to choose this. So you remember the dimensions we used for this picture, so I'm going to use the same dimensions here, 102 by 102. Okay, great. So I'm going to make this line to the center. Beautiful, isn't it? So I'm going to add another one. another heading, a H5, so it's a smaller heading just like the rest, and this is ironing. Okay, so I'm going to place this here, paste, align to the center, and then next here I'm going to select an image for ironing and then make the width and the height just as before, 102 by 102. Okay, great. Now I'm going to align into the center. Alright, and then lastly I have the last heading, H5 as well, and this will be called delivery. So I'm going to center it. Okay, and next I'm going to add an image here. The image is this one, so I add that image there, and I'm going to change the width and the height to 102 by 102. Okay, so I'm going to also center this. Okay, so you can see it's actually quite easy to build a website using this page builder Gutenberg. You can just keep adding elements and adding elements, rearranging them, and then before you know it, you have a very beautiful and wonderful website. So next is, now this is another block of elements. This block of elements is called media. So media allows you to put a text on one side. Sorry, allows you to put a picture on one side and text on the other side. So I'm going to change this picture now. So I'll click on it and click replace. So I need to upload rather. So I want to replace this with this particular picture here. Click open. Okay, so this is the image. So that's the image right here. And then the text I want to use is, we can pick up from your location. Okay, and then I'll copy this and then paste it here. Okay, so here you can see that there's a button here. Now this button is a button that was created using this theme, the Astra theme we've selected. Now it has two types of buttons. One is outline, where only the outline of the button shows. The other is fill. I'm going to choose fill because I want this to show here. And then here I'm simply going to say get in touch. Get in touch. Okay, so I want to click, I want the users when they click on this to go to the contact page. So I'm going to click on the link here and search for contacts. Okay, so this is the contact page. Okay, beautiful. So now when the users click on this, they will be led to the contact page. Okay, we are getting to the end of what I really want to use on the home page. I'm going to take out this block right here. So this group, I'm going to take it out. Remove block because I don't need that. I'm going to take out this block as well. Click on the group, remove block. Okay, so I'm wondering, is there something else I can put over here? Okay, so yes, I can say get amazing do you know get to discounts on your when buy a laundry from. Click the button more. Okay, so I've just added some content here. I'm going to use this picture because it looks more like a picture of someone searching for something. So I've added some text here. Get amazing watch discounts when you order a package. So I want to link the users when they click here. I want to link them to the pricing page on our website. So I'm just going to change this link to pricing, and then I'm also going to make sure that this button type is field. Okay, so that does it for the customizations I want to make here. You can quickly save this using the update. Okay, so the update is now saved. So one thing I want to add, an extra thing I want to add here is actually so one extra thing I want to add here is a testimonials section. So I'm just going to add a new block, and my block should be a group. Okay, so this here, I want to add a testimonials section where I want to put testimonials of people. So now how do we add testimonials to this particular website? Now we need to use a plugin. So let's go back to our dashboard. Okay, first of all, let's save this. Okay, hold on. So this is here. Let's save by clicking update. Okay, so it's updated. So now let's go back to the dashboard. Now if you reload our home page, we will see the changes that we have just made. Welcome to Lela Dry Cleaners. So you can see that our website is beginning to take shape. So we have all of this here, but now there's a little problem. This content shrunk a bit, and we wanted to fill this entire area just as this one did. So how do we do that? Let's go back and edit the page. So now let's click on this particular group. We can click on the group itself. Okay, so this is the group. So what we'll simply do is click on this and you select full width. So let's update and let's see if that change has been effected. We'll scroll to the bottom so you can see that it's effected now. How it works. It's beautiful, right? Yeah, I think so too. Okay, so next is I want the testimonials to show here. So let's go about putting the testimonials over there. So how do we do that? We're going to need a plugin for testimonials. So in a sense, whenever you want some kind of functionality that is not covered by your template or your theme, so you can add such functionality by adding a plugin. So click on plugins, then add new. So we're going to search for a plugin which will enable us to create testimonials, and the plugin is called testimonial slider. Okay, so this is it right here, testimonial slider. So just click on install now and then activate. So once that is done, testimonial slider creates, there are two sections that you need to make some changes in order to get the slider to start working. The first is testimonials and the second is testimonial slider area. So let's start with testimonials first. So click on testimonials and click on all testimonials. So you find some there already. Just go ahead. These were the ones I created previously, but I want to delete them because in your case you might actually find that there was nothing here initially. So click on testimonials, all testimonials rather. Select all of them and click move to trash. Okay, great. So now we don't have any testimonials there previously. So now let's add a new testimonial. So now I have testimonials here, so let me just copy and paste. So this is the first one. I'm just gonna paste it here. Then okay, hold on, let's go back to all testimonials. All testimonials, add new. So now I'm going to paste in some testimonials which I've already written out for various customers. So that's the testimonial there. I'm going to change this to a capital I. Then next, I'm going to enter the name of the person who wrote the testimonial and then the company the person works for. Then I'm going to select the number of stars the person gave. So all of these settings you can actually change yourself. So once I'm done with this, I can just click on publish. So next, click on add new to add the second testimonial. So now I'm going to copy the second testimonial I have here and I paste it. Next, I'm going to select the customer's name. Then next, I'm going to copy the customer's company. Okay, so I'm also going to set the stars and then click publish. And then finally, let's add the third one. So here, I'm going to just copy this, paste. Let's copy it again, copy, and then paste. And next, we're going to copy the name of the customer and paste. And then let's copy the, okay, since we don't have the company, you can just put the person's designation. Okay, so that's that. Let's put number of stars. Let's make this 4 for instance. Okay, so now let's click publish. Alright, so the testimonials are now created. Let's click on all testimonials to view them. Okay, so we can see that the testimonials don't have any titles. Now, just for the sake of clarity, we can just put some titles for each of those testimonials. Okay, so let's just copy the first area there. Okay, update. So go back to all testimonials So we'll click on the second one. You get a bit of the text as well. Update. Go back to the third one. Then copy again and paste. Okay, update. Okay, beautiful. So now, next thing we need to do is, we've created the testimonials, we've created a category. So next, let's go to the testimonial slider, and then we click on sliders. So now we had one particular slider here already. Okay, so now click on testimonial slider, and then we select settings. So when we do that, we see a preview of the testimonials that we've entered. We see a preview of it. So this is what it would look like. So let's make a few changes to the testimonials area. Now we can leave this as default. The type of slider, we can leave it, make it slide infinitely. So that's fine. The speed, we can leave the speed. All of these are okay. The only thing I think we should change is, the slider width. So we're going to make it 0. So the reason we're going to do that is so that whatever container we decide to place this testimonial in, testimonial will fit the width of that container. So once that is done, just click on Save Changes. So this is the short code. So we're going to copy this short code because we will need it when we want to embed this testimonial into our page, into our home page. So now all of these settings are still in order. Let's go to the next item, slider content. So the slider, if we left it this way, it would show this in the testimonial area. We don't need it, so I'm just going to remove this so that only the area that has to do with the testimonial will show. So once I've done that, I just click on Save Changes. So as you can see, that title has gone off. So next, I want each customer to be in a circular avatar. So I just click on circle and I make the border radius, avatar radius to be 50. So I do that and I click on save. And so you see that the user shows in a circle. Okay, beautiful. So I think that's all the changes we want to make for this particular section. Let's go on to navigation settings. So I think everything here is in order. Okay, so that is all that we actually need. So we're done here. Let's click on sliders. So now what we need to do is we need to go back to all testimonials. Now for each of these, we just click this, add this testimonial to testimonial slider, update, go back to all testimonials, click edit. I did the second one. Now we're going to click add this testimonial slider, update. So let's do it for the third one as well. Add this testimonial slider, update. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go back to testimonial slider here and click on sliders. So we only have testimonial slider. Now you see, because we've added those testimonials we created, we can find all of them here now in testimonial slider. Okay, beautiful. So that's really all that we need to do, and we are ready. So the last thing we need to do now is just copy this short code, because we need this short code in order to display this testimonial wherever we want. So now that I've copied the short code, all you simply need to do is go back to the home page. So we want to create a testimonial here, so we're going to click on edit page. So in the edit page, we already have a block of code here, so let's just click add block. So here I'm going to select columns, and the type of column I'm going to select is the 3 columns where the center column is wider. So I want the testimonial to show in the center, so I'm just going to click that, and I'm going to search for short code. Okay, so there we have it. I click on short code. So here I'll paste the short code that we copied and then click update. So once that is done, let's preview the home page now. Okay, so let's scroll to the bottom, and there you have it. This is the template. This is the testimonial area. So I think we need a header, and I also think we need some space. So what do we do about that? So I can see that all of these 3 were put in columns. So I'm just going to change this to group, so we have the space up and down. And then secondly, I'm going to create a header and call it testimonials. So I haven't done that. I'm going to center it, and then I'm going to take this up like so. So now I'm just going to click on update. So let's refresh. So as you can see, we have testimonials, and then this is just looking very great. Okay, so far so good. We have our testimonials, we have an area for us to get discounts. So our home page is now ready, except for one thing. We want to create a slider on the home page. So let's quickly do that. So we want to replace this section with a slider. So just as I mentioned earlier, when you want to have a new functionality on your WordPress website, you need to install the appropriate plugin for it. So now let's go back to the dashboard. Now I'll click on plugin, add new. We're going to search for a plugin called Smart Slider 3. So now I'm going to click on install now. Okay, so we activate now. So now that the plugin is activated, we'll look for Smart Slider. This is it right here. So click on it. So it brings us to this Smart Slider homepage. So here you just click on go to dashboard. So now that it's here, click on new project, create new project, create. Now click on add slide, image. So now we're going to upload images for the slider, but we're going to do it one after the other. Now let's click on upload files, select files. So the first image I want to use is this one. Click open. So let's wait for it to upload. Okay, so now that it's uploaded, click on select. Okay, and then we'll see that the image is added. So now we need to make some changes to it, because we don't just want a picture slider. We want picture and then text like this, and then buttons, all of them sliding. So click on edit. So the first thing we need to do is we want to make sure that there is a kind of overlay or something that just covers this picture a bit so that we can write text on it. So you click to the outside area, this area that is blue, click on it. So that selects the picture, the background picture. So once that is done, you scroll down to this area here and select overlay, turn it on, then click on color, select black, and then click on it again and reduce the black so that we have something that we can see through. Okay, I think this is great. So that's that. So once that is done, next thing we need to do, we need to bring in a header. So click on heading. Now let's type the heading. I already have some text for this. So I'm going to use this. So I'm going to change this heading text. Okay, so next I'm going to change the font style, the font family rather, to Noto Sans, and then I'm going to change the font size to 70. Okay, great. Then I'm going to reduce the line height to 1.2, and then I'll align the text left. Okay, so now that is done, I can now reduce this. Okay, now reduce it and then take it to the left again. Okay, finally I want this text to be a bit bold, so I'm just going to click on it, then go to font weight and I'll choose 700. Looks good, doesn't it? Good. So next I want to put a little description text. I'm just going to click that here. I also have a description text here, so I'm just going to copy and paste here. Okay, so next I need to change this to H. So next I'm going to increase the size of this text to about 18 pixels. So I want to increase the size of this to about 18 pixels. Okay, and I'm going to align it left, text align left, and then align left. So I'll click on this. So let's see, the width of this is 720. So I'm going to make the width of this text to be 720 as well, maximum width. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. Looks great. So I want some space between this text and this other one. So all I need to do is click on margin. I will unlink the margin. So when I unlink it, it allows us to put a margin. This is the top margin, this is the right margin, bottom margin, left margin. So I want the top margin to be 10. So you can see it created that space there. Okay, that works. So next you want a button, so click on button. Now I want the button text to be learn more. Okay, so next I'm going to click on style. Let's take this button to the left. Where is our align left? Okay, and then after that want to change the background color to blue. Okay, and I want some space between this button and this other text. So once again, we'll scroll to the bottom, click on link the margin, and make the margin top 10. That works for me. Okay, so that is that for this particular area. So you can see that this is actually looking very good now. So what you simply need to do is click on save. So now after saving, you can click on back. Okay, so this is excellent so far. So now we have one slide ready. Instead of us to do this, click add slide and do the same step for 2 or 3 more or 4 other slides we want to add, we can just go ahead and duplicate this other one that we already have. So right click on it and click on duplicate. Right click and duplicate again. Okay, so the advantage of this is all the settings we had before, we still have the same settings. All we simply need to do is make changes where necessary. So the first thing we're going to change in this second one is we're going to change the title. So copy, click here, I'm going to paste. Here I'm going to put the and down. Great. And next, copy the text. Here, paste the text. Okay. I think we have a little error there. Okay. So that's that. Finally, we're going to change the background image. So click on the blue and then click the plus icon here. Click on upload files, select files, select the file from your computer, scroll to look for your image. So I'm going to use this particular image. Okay, so wait for it to upload. So the upload is complete now. So click select and we'll see the image replace the one that was there previously. So if you look closely, you see that this man's head is a bit cut off in this image. So we're going to have to adjust it here like this. Okay, so we're done here. Now let's click save and go back. Okay, so the second slide is done. So now let's click on the third one. So just as we did in the previous example, we're going to change the title. Copy. Then click here and paste. Okay, so we're going to push this down a bit. Beautiful. And next we copy the texts and then click here and paste it. Excellent. So now we're going to change the background image, which is this. Click the plus icon, upload files, select files, and then select the third image, which is this one. Wait for it to upload. Okay, great. So that is done. So now we click select and wait for the image to take effect. Great. So now that this is done, just click on save and we can go back. So we now have our 3 slides. So now let's do some settings to ensure that our slider is ready. So first thing we need to do is we need to name the project. So what do we call this project? Let's call it home page. Okay, so we'll call it home page slide. That's the name of the project. So I don't think that we need to change any other thing here. So let's go on to the size. We'll leave it at this. I think this works for us. So let's go to controls. Controls, I don't think we're changing any other thing here. So let's go to animation. So the animation, we want to make the main animation fade horizontally, and then for the background, click on the plus icon and then make it from right to left, and we select cutting to the right. So this is the effect we want to apply. Click on apply, and that is that. So let's go to the next section, click on autoplay, so that this slider will start to play on its own automatically once the home page loads. So I think we're okay with all the settings here. So we're done here. All of this optimize. I think all of these settings are in order. So let's click on save. So now let's preview what we have already, what we've been able to create so far. So this is what we've been able to create so far. It looks quite great. Wow, isn't that beautiful? So this is what we have so far. Okay, so our text is actually coming from the right. Let's see if we can make it come from the left instead. So close this. Let's go back to animations, and then we select horizontal reversed, click save, and then let's preview. So you can actually play around with all of the settings of the smart slider until you find something that you're comfortable with. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Excellent. So this is quite nice. So the last thing we need to do is go back to the general page and copy the shortcode for this slider. So you can either copy the shortcode, or in our Gutenberg we select smart slider. So let's edit the home page so we can remove this picture and replace it with our slider. So we click on this. Now you can see that this is a cover. Now we're going to add a block before this, and we want the block to be a group, and then in this group we're going to select and search for smart slider 3. So we click on that, and then we click select slider. So we're going to select the home page slider, click insert, and that should insert it. Okay, so you can see that it's inserted here. So we're going to take out this group, this cover now. Remove block. Okay, so now let's update and see what our home page looks like now. Let's open the home page, new tab. Okay, great. So this is our slider. We see that it has actually taken effect, though it seems to be cut at some point, so we'll have to make some adjustments. So let's go back. So this is our group. We're going to select this and say full width, and then we click on update. So now let's refresh the page and see if it's now in order. Okay, let's go back. Go on the group, select full width, click update. Let's try that again. So let's click on the home page slider. Perhaps there's a problem with the slider. Let's go check the slider settings. Size. Okay. So in order to solve the problem, all you simply need to do is to click on the slider here, click on the slider block and remove it, remove the block. Then click on this other group here, click insert before, then click here and search for Smart Slider 3, select the home page slider, click on insert. So once that is done, all you simply need to do is just update. So now let's see if this has solved the problem. Great. So now we can see that our slider is now on the home page, and every other thing that we set in the home page is now ready, including our testimonials. So this is wonderful. So we're done with the home page customizations for now. So now let's go on to the About Us page. So click on About Us. So in the About Us, we're not making much changes here. I'm just going to be taking out this particular section and replacing it with this other, replacing it with this, and then we'll change the background picture also, and then this so we'll change the background picture as well, and then change this heading, and then change this so that we can link it to the contact page, and that will be all. Every other thing we'll leave it as it is. Okay, so now let's edit the page. So first things first, let's click on the picture to replace it. Click on upload. So now we're going to select a picture for About Us. So let's go and pick this particular picture. Okay, so I think I like that picture. We're going to leave the text this way. You can change this when you're making your own website, but for now, I'm just going to leave that. Next, we're going to change this to who we are, and then we're going to change this button to contact us. We change the link of this button. Now when someone clicks on it, it will lead to contact page. So click on it here, and that is all. So there we have it. So those are the two changes I wanted to make here, and the last change I wanted to make was this particular one. I just wanted to copy the text from here, so let's go ahead and do that. So paste this here and go back, paste this here, and then the button, we change it to learn more. And then click here and search for the pricing page. Click on pricing, so that when someone clicks on this button, it takes the person to the pricing, and click on the button again and change the button type. Okay, so lastly, we're going to change the picture to the same picture we had earlier. So since we already uploaded it, we don't need to upload it again. Just go ahead and pick it. Select. Okay, so we're basically done with our About Us page. Let's click on Update, and let's preview the page. Okay, so we've done the change we want to make here. So you're actually free to go through all of this and then customize as you want, but for the sake of completing this tutorial in a timely fashion, let's move on. So now we're done with the home page, we're done with the About Us page. So the next thing we want to do is the services page. Okay, so now we'll notice that the services page seems to have a different design from these other ones, and that's because it was a newly created page, unlike the remaining ones that the rest of the pages that were part of the initial template. So let's click on the services page. We're going to edit that now. Edit page. So this is the services page. First things first, we're going to disable the title so that it doesn't show. Let's go back to the services page and see. Services page. So now you notice that the services page, the title is showing on the page, and that's not how any of the other previous pages were shown. So now we're going to disable that and click Update. So once we do that, refresh, and you find that that is gone. So the next thing is the content layout. We're going to select full width contained, update that. So let's see that. let's see what that does for us. Yeah, let's reload this page. Reload the services page. Okay, so we see that has taken care of a couple of things. So now we're going to add a block to the services page, and the block is going to be a cover. So we're going to add a block to the services page, and that block is going to be a cover. Okay, so now we're going to upload a picture that will portray services. So I think we're going to use this picture. Okay, great. So next we're going to have some text here. Let's look for some text to copy. Go to the About Us page and copy some text. So I'm just going to copy the text we want there and paste it here. Okay. Now notice that this particular paragraph text is too big. So I'm just going to go ahead right here. I'm going to reduce it to about 14. That's good enough. Now let's increase it a bit. Let's make it 16, 18. Okay, that's fine. So next we're going to align this to the left. Okay, so after that, let's add a new block just before this, and we're going to insert a heading there, a H2 heading, so which we'll call our cell. So we've added a new header which we've called our services. So let's change the color to white. So let's change the color to white. Okay, so let's see. Okay, the size here is actually quite big, so we're going to probably change this to a H1, which is, so that solves our issue. So we'll have our services there. Let's update and take a look at what we have right now. Okay, so we've made a bit of a progress. Now let's click on the cover and select full width, update. So let's see what that does for us. Okay, so it has made the services bar look full, but we still have some problem over here. So let's see what else we can do to sort that out. So let's go to the page. Okay, we've set this as full with content. So we're going to select enabled for the transparent header. Now click update. Now reload the page, and you can see that our services page is now similar to our other pages. So lastly, let's increase the size, the height rather, of the services cover so that it fits with the other ones that we have. Let's click on the cover, click on block. So the minimum height, let's make it 600. So update. Okay, so that is that. Now let's reload the services page again, so we can see that we now have our services working quite right. Okay, that's good. So now let's add some content to this services page. So after cover, just click here and say insert after. So it inserts another block for us. So what we want to put here is another type of block element called a media. So if you remember, I said earlier that media contains two things: text on one side and then picture on the other. So we're going to click on upload here. So we want to put some services. So I'm going to click on this iron now. Okay, so the content will be, let's insert before, let's put a header there. Say dry cleaning service. Okay, so we're going to change this to H4, or rather let's make it a H3. Okay, so next in here we will change we're going to take out this block and then add a paragraph. So here we're going to say, let's see if we have some text we can copy. Okay, I'm just going to paste this text here now. Okay, so now that is there, we're done for this section. Next, click on the block, the media and text, then click insert after. So we're going to add another media again. So like I told you, media has picture and text. Now we're going to change the position of the picture and the text. So here we're going to take a picture from the media library, this picture, and then remove this content, and then in here choose a paragraph. So we're going to type the same paragraph we have for people. Type it here, and then we insert a block before this and make it a heading, a H3 heading, and then you can copy this and paste there. Okay, great. So this is what we have right now. So click on update. Okay, so now let's take a look at our services page again. Reload this page. Okay, so there we have it. We have dry cleaning service, and then we have, you can pick up from your location. So now you'll notice that the content here fills the entire width of the page. So I'm going to make an adjustment to this particular media. I'm going to change the width to just wide width. Date. We'll do the same thing here. Change the width so wide width, date. So now let's reload the page and see what that looks like. Okay, so this is what we have when we do that. Okay, so you can choose to reduce the, let's choose to reduce the height of the first picture a bit. Let's click on the picture. So once you click on crop to fill the entire column, that solves our problem for us. So all we can simply do now is just adjust this to fit. Okay. So click on update. Now let's reload the page. Okay, so we see that the height is not all that great, so let's try to adjust it again. Okay, so I've chosen to undo that change because the crop image to fill entire column is not really helpful. So I want to edit the height of this picture myself by cropping it. So click on replace, open media library. So now let's edit this image. Now the width and the height of the image is 500 pixels by 700. So let's crop it. See how we can reduce it so it looks more reasonable. Okay, so now once we've done that, click crop, and this is our new image now. So click save. Okay, so we now have the image saved. You can see the height is now 500 by 406. So click select. So it's now adjusted. Now click update. So now when we reload the page, so we have something better. Okay, so I think I'm happy with this so far. So we're done with services page. Next, let's go to pricing. So click on pricing. So now on the pricing page, we want to change this to a fee in Naira, and we're going to make this a button so that people can actually pay for this membership. Okay, but that will be in our next video. But for this particular video, we're going to change the background and then change this text, and then we're going to add a pricing table that will contain the prices for each of our individual services. Like this is a laundry company, so you need to be able to set the prices for washing different items, caps, bags, shoes, and all of that. Okay, so now let's start. Click on edit page. Okay, so now click on the picture and click replace. So now let's upload. So I've decided we're going to use this particular image. So wait for it to upload. Okay, so pricing plans. So that's great. So next we're going to put here our plan, our pricing plans. Okay, so once that is done, so here let's change this text a bit. Okay, let's take it out completely. I'm going to remove this block completely. Okay, great. So now we need another plugin. Let's update this first to save it. We need another plugin that we can use to place items and their prices. So what do? Go back to the dashboard and click on plugins and admin. So we're going to search for tables. So the plugin we are going to use is WP Tables in Charts. So this is the plugin we are going to use. So let's install now. Okay, so now that is done. So next, click on activate. Okay, so now that we've activated it, now let's click on WP Data Tables and click on the dashboard. Okay, so now let's create a table. So we're going to say create a table, simple table from scratch. Click on it and click next. So what are we going to name this table? We'll call it prices. Now we need just 2 columns, and then let's start with about 5 rows to generate the table. Okay, so now the first column, we're going to call that item, and the next one will be price. So let's start with shirt. Start with shirts, white, put 600 naira. Shirt, color, put that at 500 naira. Then trouser, put that at 500 naira. Then blouse, put that at 600 naira. Sorry, so let's put the naira sign here. So say 500, and then blouse 600. Okay, so let's just assume that these are the only items I want to place right now. So you can actually add more if you want. All you simply need to do is just click on row, and then click the last one, so click on row and say insert row after selection, and it will be inserted. So let's do one more. Let's say jeans, and let's put that at 600. Okay, then so that's it. So that's how you get rows added. Now anything you want to do about the row, you can do here. Here you can insert the row before selection. You can insert the row before selection, after selection, the bottom. Here you can remove a particular row. So if you want to remove this row, you just click here. So it's as simple as that. It's quite a simple plugin to use. So now I don't want to create any extra things. Let's look at the display. So now, do we want to show the table title? Remember we called the title prices. Do we want to show the table title on the page? If you don't want it, you can remove it. I don't want to display it. Then use the first row as a table header. So what that means is that this item and price be used as the header of the table. So it's trying to make that change now. So this item and price will be used as the header of the table. So what next? So stripe table. So that means it's going to make each of the rows, if this is white, the next one will be gray. It will stripe the tables. I think I like that, so we're going to select that. Okay, so here, so this is where you have an outlook of what this is what it looks like. So we have item, price, and then we have things striped this way. So what next? Responsive. So we want it to be responsive so that even in the mobile view it will be responsive. And then use vertical scroll bar. So I like this option because if you are adding a lot of items and the items are very long, instead of it to stretch the page down, it will just allow you to scroll once the height has reached 600 pixels. So I think this is fine. We are good to go with this. But just before we proceed, okay, I think the changes have been effected now. Okay, so just before we proceed, I want to make this bold, and if you want, you can do some other changes to it. You can change the color of the text and even the background color if you want. Okay, let's do that. Let's change the background color. Make text color white. So if you can't find white here, you can use the hex value for white, which is FFF. So copy that, go to price, change the text color as well. Save. Okay, so I think that's all the change you want to make for now. Now let's click save changes. So now that we've saved the changes, we're going to copy the short code for this table. We click that and it is copied. So all we simply need to do is, okay, we're done with this particular page. Let's go back to our main website. We were trying to edit the pricing page, so click on pricing, click edit page. Okay, so now in this block here, you can just click here, say let's first of all say short. Okay, fine. We already have WP table here, so we can just easily insert it. So we have only one particular table, that's the one we copied the shortcode for. So the plugin has already put it there for us. We don't need to do much work anymore. So all we simply just need to do is just update the page. So now that we've done that, let's view and see what it looks like. So this is our pricing page, and you can see our table right here. Okay, beautiful. Now if you don't want this striped, if you don't want this to be striped, you can as well go back to the settings of the table, go to the display and remove this. So let's do that and see if it's looking better. Load. Okay, I think this works for me. And then next, we notice that this blue is not the blue of our brand. Now let's go look for where we have the blue of our brand. So like in this place now, let's click the edit page button. Click on button here, click on color settings. So let's take this is the hexadecimal color code for our blue. So let's go back to the table. So we're going to change this background color to this. Paste. Then we'll do the same thing for this one. Paste. Okay, save changes. Okay, so now when we reload, now let's go back to the pricing page. Let's go back to the pricing page. Pricing. Okay, so we can see we now have our blue item and price, but you notice that there's such a big space beneath here. So let's do the best we can to remove the space. So let's remove this. Just remove all the blocks that have been done before. This paragraph block, remove it. Let's see. I have a group here and we have another group here. Let's take out this particular one. Oh, sorry, undo that. Okay, let's update. So let's see if that solves the problem. Okay. Okay, yeah, the reason we actually have this space down like this was because we said the table should get to about a height of 600. So let's go and adjust that a bit. Let's see if we can make it 400 pixels. So let's reload this. So now you see that the height is smaller. So if we add more items, it will stretch to like about this area, and then it will fit properly. Maybe for now let's reduce it maybe more. Give 300. Save changes. So you can adjust this as you want, as the number of items you want. You have in your price list increases. So I think we're just going to leave it at this for now. Okay, great. So we're done with the pricing page. Now we want to take out some unwanted elements here. So let's click this particular one, or rather this one. Let's click on the group and we take it out. Remove block. So same thing here. Remove block. Same here. I'm going to remove this block, or rather let's undo. I think I want to use one of these pictures. I want to use this picture, but I'm going to remove this particular block. Remove block. So I want two sets of text. Now I'm going to change the position of this. Okay, that's how I want it. So next I want to change the title to basic basic wash package, and this is going to be 5,000 naira. So I just say, so let's describe this basic wash package to of 15% laundry orders. So say change this to buy now, buy package. So this is 20,000. So let's copy this text here. Copy text. Undo that. Paste text. Okay, so let's get rid of this. So buy now. Okay, so we've edited the text of this two contents here. So we made this a package. Gold package enables you to have up to 35% discounts on your laundry orders, and then the basic package allows you to have 15%. Okay, so these are just basically some changes I wanted to make on the pricing page. We're going to turn this into some kind of payment integration in the next video. So now let's click on update. So we're done with the pricing page now. So let's reload and see what we have. Okay, so good package. Now you can add other information in here when you're doing yours, but for now, just want to keep things very simple. Okay, so moving on. Now let's go to the contact page. So for the contact page, we have a couple of things here. So click on edit page. So first thing we want to change is the image for the contact. So click on replace, upload. So now we're going to select contact us, click open. Okay, so this is the picture we want to use for the contact. Okay, so we're going to change a couple of things here now. Get in touch. So here I'll change this to please visit us on email details. So that's the text we want to use. Please visit, call, or send us an email in our contact details below. So now you remember, as we did earlier, you can always change the social media handles. You can type your social media handles in here, just as we did initially. So we won't waste time with that now. You can change it on your own. But here we're going to enter the location. We're going to enter the location where we are, or where Lula Dry Cleaners is located. So let's go to the main website. we already have this information here, so we're just going to copy it, and we paste it here. Okay, and next is copy the phone number, copy that and paste it here. Okay, remove this other one. So if you have more than one phone number, put it there. So I think I'm just going to duplicate this and change. Okay, so just assume that we have two phone numbers, and then email. So info at Layla. Let's remove this. So email is info at layla.netloft.com.ng. Okay, so that completes all the contact information we want to include. So now this actually is a Google map embed. Now let's preview it. So we would want to change this. We would want to change this. Let's see if we can change this. Okay, let's click this preview, so we remove it. That will become HTML. So now let's take this out. Let's take this out. Let's even remove this. Okay, just in HTML inside it. Okay, so let's remove this block. So let's select map, embed. Okay, so let's select embed. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. So this is our Google map. So if we want to create our own map, we have to go to this address, google.com/maps. So let's just search for a particular location. Let's say we're not using a real address here, so let's just go. So let's just look for Victoria Island, Lagos. Victoria Island, Lagos. So click on that. Okay. So now click on the share. So click on embed. So let's click on the medium map, copy HTML. So that's how you paste it here. Okay, so now let's preview. Let's see what that looks like. So we can see that this is a more relevant map for us. So we're done with that section. So the last thing is that we want to create a contact form. Now, first of all, let's update this. page to save it, to save the changes we have done. So you saw how we got to create this map. All we simply need to do is go to google.com/maps, search for the location and click share, and then embed and copy the HTML, which we now placed in here. Okay. So let's click on update and let's take a look at the page to see if the changes we made have been effective. So this is our contact page. You can see that the background picture has changed, our information is shown, and this is our map here. So I think this is a medium map. We want, okay, see we have a width here, so perhaps you can increase the width as you want. Let's make it 800. So you can always move this page. You can see a larger map. Okay, so lastly we want to create a contact form rather. So now this template we came with one this template we installed came with a particular plugin by default, and that plugin is called WP Forms. So that plugin was installed along with this particular template. So we're going to click on it, and that's what is showing here. It's showing that it has a warning that probably the form is not completed successfully. So we're going to make some changes to it to make it work fine. So click on edit. Okay, so it opens this contact form for us. So we need the name, we need the email, so we need the subject of the message and the message. So now we need one more field. We will need phone number. So just add a single line text here. Okay. So now we're going to change some things here. The label will be called phone number. The label will be called phone number. So next, make it required. Click on advanced options, then hide label. So put phone number here. Okay, so that's all the changes we actually need to make on this form. Now, after making these changes to the physical form, now we need to have some settings. So the first setting is the name of the form, which is contact form. We don't need to describe it. So the button which will be used to submit the form, what label will it have? So it's going to be the word submit. Then when the submit button is clicked, that name will change to sending. So that is all. We can leave this the way it is. The four settings are fine. So the next thing we need to change is the notification. So the notification, we have to set where will the contact form message go to when it has been sent. So you have to enter your proper email address here, so which is info@layla.com.ng. Mind you, we've not created this email. We'll do that in a later video here. But for now, let's continue. So the email subject should be new entry contact form. So I want it to be new contact form. Now note something. If you copy this code, the name of the person who submitted the form from your website will be displayed. So I'm going to copy this and say new contact. So what this means is that if somebody filled the form and the person's name is John, when you receive this notification in your email, info@leila.netlog.com.ng, you will see new contact form submitted by John. Not this anymore, you see John. So this is a dynamic code that gets the name of the person who filled the form. So the from email, we're going to leave it as this. Reply to, leave it as this, and this is all that we need for now. Okay, so we're done with this. Click save. So next, let's go to confirmation. So the message that will be shown to the person who filled the form after the form has been filled: so thanks for contacting us, we'll be in touch with you shortly. If you want to change the message that will be displayed, you can just change it here. That is all. So click save, and we are now done with this successfully. So we are done with this successfully. So now let's go back. Let's close this. Okay, so this is our contact form, and this is the short code. So it is this short code that we need to take, and we'll fit it in here. So you can see, let's see. So let's reload. Let's see what we can do here. This is a WP forms. Let's remove the plugin. Let's remove the block. So here we're just going to add that block again and say WP forms. Okay, so we're going to select that contact form, and you can see that the contact form is now shown here. So click update. So it turns out that we didn't need that short code anymore. But the beauty of having a short code is whenever you use a plugin in WordPress and you've created things that relate to that plugin, you can copy that short code of the plugin and paste it, create a block, a HTML block element or a short code block element, and paste that short code, and whatever it is you made in the plugin will show where you have pasted the short code. But here we didn't need to use a short code because WordPress already allows us to select the forms that we create using the forms plugin. Okay, so now we are done with this. Let's preview this contact page and see what it looks like now. Okay, so this is what we have now. You can see our form. So let's try to submit it and see what happens. Submit. You can see, thanks for contacting us, we'll be in touch with you shortly. So that's it, the form is working. So that's really all for this particular website. We have edited all the pages of the website now, and this is just so great. So you can go through. If there's any part of the video you don't understand, you can always rewind to go through that particular section and see what was done. But for now, we are done with all the side pages. So see you in the next video.